Good morning. I wanted to start this morning with an expression of appreciation for all the support. I checked this morning, I think there was 890 subscribers. I had not really expected that this channel was going to get that many subscribers, especially in a short period of time. But I wanted to give you a little bit of history of why I'm doing this and where the page is going for the foreseeable future and the content that I intend to add. So the history of my recording videos started during COVID. Our college shut down, like I'm sure your school did as well, and our students who were currently in the program could not meet, and I didn't want their quality of education to suffer. And I want them to just learn out of a textbook and miss out on the nuance that you might pick up in a classroom. So I started recording the lectures, and a lot of those early lectures were recorded to an empty classroom, then posted through the learning management system that our campus had, our campus utilized. Then whenever we were allowed to come back to campus, we were only allowed to come back with half of the class at a time. So our classroom wasn't big enough to support all of our students in the classroom at one time. We had to divide them in half. So I continued to record the lectures and post them in the management system, and we would alternate the students on different days so that some students would be in class one day and the next half would be in class the following days. So you can identify those videos because I'm wearing a mask. That was still during COVID and at a time when the expectation was that if you were going to be in public, you would wear a mask, and that was college policy as well. So that was the reason I started recording the videos, and I posted them into our management system, and then the server that we used to record at the time changed to what it is now. And what that caused me to have to do is to save every one of those videos. There's about 150 videos. I had to save every one of those videos, and in order to have access to them, I would have had to reload them back up into the new system. Found it much easier eventually to load them into YouTube. So YouTube, I don't see YouTube going under anytime soon, so they should be available in perpetuity is kind of what my thought was. So what the future then holds is that the information remains the same, but I recognize that some of those videos need to be re-recorded. And instead of going through and picking through each video and deciding what was good content, what was not good content, my intention is to re-record each one of the lectures that I had previously recorded. So what I want to do is I want to have 2 years worth of recordings available in YouTube. Every lecture is going to be a little bit different depending on the students who are in class and how quickly they're picking up on the information that I'm covering. So I want to have 2 years worth of information so it's more complete. Also, though, my intention is to archive what is more than 2 lectures old. So this year, as I re-record the videos, the ones with masks should go away. So I'll archive those. I'll have new content, 2 years worth of content available. I do recognize that those are classroom lectures, which are an hour to an hour and 20 minutes long, and that is a beating sometimes to try to get through and watch a YouTube video for an hour and a half, or an hour to an hour and a half. So what I plan to do also is to do content specification videos as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of things here. Let's see, let me get to the ARRT website. So here's let me back it out just a little bit. Actually, let's go with this one. So if you do a Google search for ARRT, your first hit should be the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. This is who administers our credentialing exam, and that is the board exam. So if you click on that, I already clicked on it because my internet here at the house is pretty slow and I wanted it to load quicker. So if you click on that link, it's going to bring you up to the home page here. So if then you come up to the search bar and you type in content specifications and hit search, what you're going to get to is these search results. And if you click on the first one that says examination content specifications, you click on that. I should have forwarded it. Then what you're going to see is this page, and these are all the exams that the ARRT administers for different certifications. So what we're going through here in my program and on this page is radiography. So if you click on that, you're going to get a downloadable PDF that's going to look just like this. So these are content specifications, and content specifications are what it is that you're going to be tested on. And as you can see, there's different categories. Basically, there are 4 different categories. You have patient care, safety, that's radiation safety primarily, but it's also patient safety as well. Image production, that is the creation of the image on the image receptor and display in the computer. And the procedures, those are the examinations. So those are further broken down. In safety, you've got 2 categories. In image production, you have 2, and in procedures, you have 3. So my intention is to go through the content specifications. If you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see in patient care, you'll see all of the stuff in the content specifications under patient care. And you scroll a little bit further, you get through patient care, you get into safety. So safety gets a little bit more complicated. Again, radiation safety and personnel safety as well. Radiation exposure is what we're trying to minimize. Image production is an extensive category. And then finally you get into your procedures category. So as I scroll back up and we look at these different categories again, what you'll see is that on your test you have the credentialing exam is 200 question test, and it gives you the breakdown of how many questions come out of each one of those things. So procedures, that's the main portion of the test, followed by image production, followed by safety, and then finally patient care. So my intention is to go through each one of those categories and touch on every one of these little aspects of each one of those categories. My original intention for this summer was to start with procedures and stay 1 week ahead of the content that we cover in our class. So we start in our first semester with chest x-ray because it's the most common exam. And then we go into upper extremity, lower extremity, pelvis, spines. And then the second semester we get into the head and contrast procedures. So my objective was to stay 1 week ahead. I was going to start in the summer, the first of the summer, and work through chest x-ray, abdomen, upper and lower extremity, and so forth. It did not happen that way. I recorded a few other things instead. I started with something totally different, and I posted those. So if you get to the program, or I'm sorry, not the program, but my YouTube page, it's RadTech Basics, and what you'll see if you click on playlists is a couple of different things. One is if you see something that I'm going to show you today that does not show up on yours, that is because this is not my content and I don't want to take credit for it. So that's not available, but I pull from different websites and different YouTube videos for the content that I post sometimes, and I give credit for that whenever I do. So what you're going to see then are the playlists that I've created. So the probably best place for you to start if you are interested in a program or just starting in a program is with this playlist that says Application Orientation and General Information. So it includes study information, but if you look through, what you're going to see are a number of different things. Like this says image creation. So if we go back to our content specifications, which I've already closed it out, so I can't, but that is your image creation. That's what we cover in image creation. Most of the content from the content specifications we cover in multiple semesters. So what you may see is image creation in 2 different places. So you got radiographic, X-ray, image creation 2, and then image creation up here as well. So this was content from 2024, from the fall semester 2024. So this most recent content. These other ones will go away in not that one. This image creation, the second semester image creation we cover. So this one will go away whenever I get done with the fall semester this year. So I've got this broken up pretty much by content specifications. You see positioning 2. That's where I go into the contrast studies and also the skull work. We cover positioning 3 different times. So we've got positioning 1, we've got positioning 2, and then we also dial it in a little bit sharper with radiographic critique. So with content specifications, my intention is to kind of combine all this stuff and make a single video to cover all 3 of those semesters, but to limit the time into shorter videos so that they're not as long, it's not quite as much beating. But what I'm also going to try to do is to pull from multiple sources. Probably the most common positioning textbook would be your Merrill's Atlas of Radiographic Positioning. But it's a big book, it's very expensive, and it doesn't look as big as this next one, which is Bontrager's. But the Merrill's is a 3-volume set. It's very expensive, so some programs use Bontrager instead of the Merrill's. You don't have to keep up with 3 books, that's a little bit cheaper. And then finally, I'm also going to pull from the Martinson book on radiographic critique. And that is what image critique, this playlist came from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create content specification playlists that cover each one of those different portions, and I'm going to pull from multiple sources to create limited content. For example, for chest x-ray, I'm probably going to start with PA. I might get to AP, but my intention is to keep them shorter, 15, 20 minutes long tops. So the future is to re-record all of the videos that are available, but also create those shorter content videos to help you study for the ARRT registry. All right, so again, I want to thank you so much for all the support. I want to thank you for the subscriptions. I would appreciate if you're seeing this page for the first time to like and subscribe. If there is any kind of content that you feel you would be better served with, I would appreciate some sort of feedback. And just watch for new content. Thank you very much.